Who wants to read? First of all, please everyone turn on the cameras. Yes, everyone means everyone. Hare Krishna. Anyone wants to read the shloka? Am I audible? Okay, Mataji is sharing this. Okay, yes. Read. Anyone can read the shloka.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Okay,
Hare
let me
Krishna, Sindhu Mataji, would you like to start?
Yes.
May I, Prabhuji, Mataji, may I?
Yes, Dhanashri Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandot Pranam. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandot Pranam. Text 16. स वै महाभागवतः परीक्षित येनापवर्गाख्यम अदब्रबुद्धिः ज्ञानेन ज्ञानेन वैयासतिशब्दितेन भेजे खगेन्द्र ध्वजपादमूलम. Translation also, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, so that somebody can
Translation by Sri Prabhupada. Prabhupada ji ki jai. O Sutta Goswami, please describe those topics of the Lord by which Maharaj Parikshit, whose intelligence was fixed on liberation, attained the lotus feet of the Lord, who is the shelter of Garuda, the king of birds. Those topics were vibrated by the son of Vyas, Srila Sukadeva. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Dandavad pranams. Hare Krishna, who would like to read the purport?
Shall I read, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. There is some controversy amongst the students on the path of liberation. Such transcendental students are known as impersonalists and devotees of the Lord. The devotee of the Lord worships the transcendental form of the Lord, whereas the impersonalist meditates upon the glaring refulgence or the bodily rays of the Lord, known as the Brahma Jyoti. Here in this verse, it is said that Maharaja Parishit attained the lotus feet of the Lord by instructions in knowledge delivered by the son of Vyasadeva, Sri Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami was also an impersonalist in the beginning, as he himself had admitted to the Bhagavatam 2.1.9. But later on, he was attracted by the transcendental pastimes of the Lord and thus became a devotee. Such devotees with perfect knowledge are called Mahabhagavatas or first class devotees. There are three classes of devotees, namely the Prakrita, Madhyama, and Mahabhagavata. The Prakrita or third class devotees are simply the Prakrita or the third class devotees are temple worshippers without specific knowledge of the Lord and the Lord's devotees. The Madhyama or the second class devotee knows well the Lord, the Lord's devotee, the neophytes and the non-devotees also. But the Mahabhagavata or the first class devotee sees everything in relation with the Lord and the Lord present in everyone's relation. The Mahabhagavata therefore does not make any distinction particularly between a devotee and non-devotee. Maharaja Parishit was such a Mahabhagavata devotee because he was initiated by a Mahabhagavata devotee, Sukadeva Goswami. He was equally kind even to the personality of Kali and what to speak of others. Shall I continue or somebody wants to read, Mataji?
Mataji, you can continue, Mataji.
So there are many instances in the transcendental histories of the world of an impersonalist who has later become a devotee, but a devotee has never become an impersonalist. This very fact proves that on the transcendental steps, the steps occupied by a devotee is higher than the steps occupied by an impersonalist. It is also stated in the Bhagavad Gita 12.5 that persons stuck on the impersonal steps undergo more sufferings than achievements of reality. Therefore, knowledge imparted by Sukadeva Goswami unto Maharaja Parishit helped him attain the service of the Lord. And this stage of perfection is called Apavarga or the perfect stage of liberation. Simple knowledge of liberation is material knowledge. Actual freedom from material bondage is called liberation, but attainment of the transcendental service of the Lord is called the perfect stage of liberation. Such a stage is attained by knowledge and renunciation, as we have already explained Bhagavatam 1.2.12, and perfect knowledge, as delivered by Srila Sukadeva Goswami, results in the attainment of the transcendental service of the Lord. Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams.
Dandavat Pranams, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Om Ajnanantimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Okay, so in previous shloka, the Naimisharanya sages, they are requesting Suta Goswami that the personality of Godhead Lord Krishna is the exclusive shelter for all great living beings, and his transcendental attributes cannot be even measured by such master mystic powers as Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. Okay, so O Nam Tripaye Drasvit Kathayam Mahatma Ekanta Parayanasya. Mahatma Ekanta Parayanasya. He is the sole shelter. Yes, he is the sole shelter of the Mahatma, the greatest among the living entities. So he's saying that who can be satisfied? Kanam triped rasavit kathayam. Who can be satisfied? Because his endless glories are there, and it cannot be understood by Nantam Gunanam Agunasya Jagmur Yogeshwaraye Bhava Padma Mukhya. So it cannot be even understood fully by Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. Then they said Tanno Bhavan Ve Bhagavat Pradhanom Mahatmane Kanta. Sorry. Then they say, yeah, Mahatma Kanta Parayanasya Hare Rudaram Charitam Vishuddham Shushasutam Na Vitanotu Vidvan. So they are saying, Tano Bhavan Ve Bhagavat Pradhano. So he's saying that your learning is so devotee of God because the personality of Godhead is your chief objective of service. Hare Rudaram Charitam Vishuddham. And therefore, please describe to us pastimes of Lord which are above all material conception, for we are anxious to receive such messages. So that is their eagerness to hear Krishna Katha. Now, what they want to hear in Krishna Katha, that they will describe, that they have described in this very shloka. Save Mahabhagavata Parikshit. Save means he is certainly Mahabhagavata Parikshit. Yena Pavargakhyam Abhadra Buddhi. And Apavarga Akhyam, Yena, by which means he has attained this Apavarga Akhyam, by which means, see the Sanskrit, Save Mahabhagavata Parikshit, Yena Apavarga Akhyam Abhadra Buddhi. And Yena means by which means Parikshit has attained Apavarga Akhyam, the highest stage of liberation, that is attaining the lotus feet of Lord. It is not going to impersonal Brahman or realizing the Paramatma aspect. Actually, it is by hearing the glories of Lord, it is to realize the lotus feet of the Lord. Yes. So that has been done. So by which same Parikshit Maharaj, a Pavarga. And what is Pavarga? Pa, Fa, Ba, Bha, Ma. So Pa means Parishram. One does so much Parishram. Fa means fain. Yeah. That after so much Parishram, the foam comes out from one's mouth, like we see in animals. And then also he is never satisfied, always anxious. And then the bha, there is bhai, still there is fearfulness. And ma means mrityu. So apavarga, dharma hi apavargasya. So only by attaining dharma, only by rendering devotional service unto Krishna, save punsam paro dharmo, yatho bhaktir adhokshaje. That rendering devotional service to adhokshaj is the only means. So there is one shloka, Tasmat Bharat Sarvatma, Bhagavan Ishvaro Hari, Shotavya Kirtitavyasha, Smartavyam, and then Ichchato Bhayam. That Ichchita Bhayam, Abhayam means fearfulness, then one becomes free from that fearfulness. Ichchita Bhayam, one who wants to become fearless and who wants to attain Krishna consciousness, then Tasmat Bharata Sarvatma, Then Sarvatma means he is Atma of every being. That is Krishna. Krishna. Sarvasya Chaham Hriday Sannavishto. And then there is one more shloka. Hridayam Tishthan. What is that shloka in 13th chapter? I am seated in everyone's heart. Tishtami. What is that shloka? Okay, there is one
Ishvara
shloka.
Sarvabhutanam.
Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hiddesha.
Sarvasya Chaham Hridhi Sannivishto.
Yes.
Sarvasya Chagam Hridhi Sannivishto.
When Prabhuji is telling the other one.
Yes.
Ishvara Parama
One
Krishna
is that,
Satchidananda.
and then another is Ishvara Sarvabhutanam. So
Ishvara
that same
Sarvabhutanam.
Sarvatma, Bhagavan Ishvaro Hari. That same Bhagavan is Ishwar, is the controller of everyone. Hari. Hari. Okay. Shotavya Kirtitavyasha. One should hear and one should then, describe also. And then Smaranti comes. And then Smartavyam Ichchata Abhayam. If one wants to become fearless. And there is another shloka, 1.7.7. That shloka is that Shoka Moha Bhayapaha. Yasya Shuyamanayam Krishna Parama Purushe Bhaktirutpadyate Punsam Shoka Moha Bhaya. So we want to hear, we are anxious to hear. Harer Udaram Charitam Vishuddham. Harer, who is so Udar, because he is Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu Namadeshasti Napriya. He is so Udar and Vishuddham. His pastimes, his activities, his everything is Janma Karmascha Me Divyam. It is Divya. So Shushatam no Vinoti Vidvan. So Shushatam, those who are receptive, na ourselves Vidano, to kindly describe Vidvan. So Vidvan, Ve Bhagavat. Yeah. So that has been, see, you relate this with see, Sanskrit, Vidano to Vidvan and Ve Bhavan Vai. So you, O Suta Goswami, you are a learned Bhagavat Pradhano, you are in Pradhan in the devotees. Mahatma Kanta, why you are Pradhan? Because you are such Mahatma whose only, dhan, sampatti is the lotus feet of Lord. Parayanasya. Oh, so because your chief objective is to serve the Lord. Hare Udaram, and then Hari is Udaram. So you describe. Now, what you should describe, that also Naimisharanya sages are telling here. They are telling, Save Mahabhagavata Parikshit, Yena, by which Parikshit Maharaj got lotus feet of Lord Krishna. You describe that thing. So, who described Jnanena Vyasaki Shabditena? That same Bhagavatam which was described by Shukdev Goswami. Want to hear that version? Like there are different versions of Mahabharata. So we want to hear. So similarly, Bhagavatam was also described by many exalted devotees of the Lord. But we want to hear that Bhagavatam which was described by Parikshit to Shukdev. Who got that? Now, what they want to hear, they are describing in this shloka. That is why I was, highlighting the previous shloka. So if someone has missed it or someone has forgotten, so they are anxious to hear about Krishna. Now, what they want to hear, which version of Krishna pastime, because they are Ananta. As we heard, the glories of Krishna are Ananta, and they cannot be even understood completely by even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. So you describe us those same pastime, same version of Bhagavatam, which was Gyayena, Jnanena. This Gyan is not normal Gyan. And this Abhadra, this Apavargakyam is not normal Mukti. This Gyan is Bhagvat Gyana. Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita Janeti Ashu Vairagyam Gyani. So that Gyan, so devotional service is independent of Gyan and everything. But when it is described, so that Gyana which gave Parikshit Maharaj what? Bheje Khagendra Dhvaja Pad Moolam. So, Khaga Indra, Khaga means bird, and Khaga Indra means king of all bird, which is Garud. So, Dhvaja Pada Moolam. So, also Vishnu's flag has Dhvaja, Garud, but who is the shelter of Garud, the king of birds? One who is the shelter of Garud. I should become, he took that shelter. So, you describe us, Gyayena Vyasaki Shabdit. Who is Vyasaki? Who will tell? You must know this. Jnanena Vyasaki Shabditena. Who is Vyasaki? Anyone? Don't see word to word. Yes? Don't see word to word.
Shukadeva Goswami.
Yes, son of Vyasadev. That same Vyasadev's son described Bhagavatam, which helped Parikshit Maharaj to become the Shravanacharya and Abhadra Buddhi. His Buddhi was fixed. Abhadra. Vyavasatmika Buddhi Eke Hakur. When we are hearing, when we are chanting, our Buddhi must be fixed. Yes, that is the power of pure devotees. That is the power of Acharya. So, Bheje Khagendra Dhvaja Pada Moolam. O Suta Goswami, please describe those topics of the Lord by which Maharaj Parikshit, whose intelligence was fixed. Why it was fixed? Because Shukadev Goswami was glorifying. Avaishnava Mukudginam Putam Harikathamritam Shravanam Naiva Kartavyam. If some Avaishnava was describing, then Buddhi cannot become fixed. The speaker must be perfect, the hearer must be perfect, and the glories, they are already perfect. Then Bhagavatam is done. And although the speaker, I am not perfect, but if we repeat Srila Prabhupada, then it automatically, becomes nice. So, and you all are perfect here. So what is the worry? So Bhagavatam, this Bhagavatam can give Bheje Khagendra Dhvaja Padamulam, souls of the feet, whose feet are taken by Khaga Indra Garuda on his head by the devotees. Yes, you are getting the point. So who is the shelter of Garuda? Those topics are vibrated by Son of Vyas. So we want to hear those same topics, everything. Now, it's not about the Suta Goswami told about Parikshit Maharaj, so pack up. We are going our home, Suta Goswami going. No, we want to hear more. Lolyam api ekalam mulyam. So that is the mulya. That is the cost we have to give to attain bhakti. Now, we will go through the purport and important lines. There is controversy. Prabhupada is saying there is always in his lectures also. You should hear Prabhupada lectures. Then we will be able to relish purports more. And we are able to get Bhagavatam because of these purports, not because of the shlokas, because you can never understand. So, there is always this fight, but Krishna himself clarifies it. If you want, I can read from Bhagavad Gita. You want it? 12th chapter, you want? Should I go through Bhagavad Gita a little bit? Are you fine with this? No? Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So, evam satata yukta ye bhaktas. So, evam satata means always. 12.1. Yukta means those who are engaged. Yeah, those who. Ye yukta ye bhaktas mam paryupasate. So, paryupasate. Those bhaktas who are always worshipping you. Ye chapi aksharam avyaktam. Yeah. Ye or those who chapi aksharam avyaktam, those who are worshipping avyakta form, unmanifested form. Tesham ke yoga vittamaha. Tesham ke yoga. Ke yoga means which yoga is vittamaha, the most perfect. Arjuna asked, one who is always engaged in your service or one who meditates upon impersonal form? Which yoga is high? Then Bhagavan says, Mai avesha mano ye mam. Avesha means fixing mana, just like Parikshit Maharaj fixed his mind. Avesha mam nitya yukta upasate, and always he is worshipping me. Shraddhaya parayupetas. Parayupetas means beyond. Paraya, upeta, inward, beyond this. In transcendental Shraddha. It's not like sentimental Shraddha. It should be Shastrik. It should be given by Guru. Then Shraddhaya parayupetas te me yuktatma mata. Mera mat ye hai. My mata is, my opinion is, those who are always remembering me with transcendental faith and are rendering service to me are higher. Lord has clarified. Yes. So similarly, impersonal Brahman is not the. So there is a fight. So Shukadev Goswami was also an impersonalist. Prabhupada is telling, but by associating, by hearing Bhagavatam, he became a devotee in the very main line. So there are many instances in the transcendental histories of the world of an impersonalist who has later become a devotee, but a devotee has never become an impersonalist. Param Dvishya, because he has tasted that nectar of the lotus feet of Krishna. How he can go to the formless aspect of Krishna? That is also coming from Krishna. That impersonal Brahman is actually Brahmanoi Pratishtam, is actually the Tej of Krishna, on which whole spiritual and material world is established. Getting the point? Understood? Everything is understood. Anything which is okay. Very nice. So again, you see the purport. Maharaj Parikshit was such a Mahabhagavad devotee because he was initiated by a Mahabhagavad devotee. How you become a Mahabhagavad devotee? Although Parikshit Maharaj is so exalted, still Prabhupada is telling, you should be initiated, you should be taught, you should take surrender of one Mahabhagavad, then only you can become a Mahabhagavad devotee. So one who is a servant of Guru can only become an exalted devotee of Ram. That is very important line in the purport. Now you see. So how he was in text 7. Sorry, now come upon text 7 fast. Everyone. This chapter only, text 7. Come upon it. Nanu Dveshti Kalim Samrat. That Samrat, that King Parikshit. Yeah. So Nanu Dveshti Kalim. He was not even envious of Kali, who was ready to kill the cow and bull. And by plan of Kali, only Shringi Maharaj will give the curse and Parikshit Maharaj has to leave his body. He knew that. Still, he is Nanodveshti. Why he is not? Because just like the bumblebee in the lotus, it doesn't affect the lotus, but it takes the rasa from the lotus. You know that? Bumblebee, it goes in lotus, it takes the nectar of the lotus, but doesn't impact the lotus. Similarly, Maharaj Parikshit, Saranga iva Sarabhuk. He's Sarabhuk. Saranga, real is like the bee, is Sarabhuk, one who accepts the substance. Like a Hansa, Paramhansa. That is why he's Paramhansa. He takes the milk and leaves the water. So, what is that Sarabhukas? What is that? Kushalani Ashu Siddhyanti. In Kali Yuga, Ashu means very spontaneously. Siddhyanti. Yeah. And Netarani Kritaniyat. And Itarani and Na Itarani Kritaniyat. Even if it is performed, Itarani, the inauspicious activities, if it is thought, it won't impact you. And if an auspicious thing is produced, it will immediately, Ashu, it will, impact you. It will give good results to you. Whereas inauspicious act must be actually performed to render effect. So he was never envious of the personality of Kali. So otherwise, you're not performing inauspicious act in Kali, it won't impact you if it is in your mind. So that is why he was not even envious of Kali. So that is Maharaj Parikshit glory. So now they want to hear that same Bhagavatam, which was described by Shukadev Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj, that version, because Krishna's glories are endless. What do you want to hear? So they are telling, we want to hear that which you have heard from Parikshit, from Shukadev Goswami. That is dying. Yanena Vayashaki Shabditena. You got the Sanskrit shloka? In Sanskrit shloka, everything is described. Everything is understood word to word and whole lines. If I break the line, you can understand the shloka. Save Mahabhagavat Parikshit. Yena apavargakhyam abhadra buddhi. He attained that liberation of the lotus feet of Lord by abhadra buddhi, means constant, by that fixed meditation, Gyayena Vyasaki, by the Gyan of Vyasaki Shabditena, by the words of Shukadev, Bheje Khagendra Dvajapadamulam. So, and attained, which is the shelter of Garud, Khaga Indra, the king of bird. Everything is clear in the shloka, and the purport is also very nice. So there is no such case in the history. We have seen Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, Chatur Kumara, Shukadev Goswami, everyone. Why it is so? They asked Suta Goswami, why it is so? He is already Atmaram. Why he is getting attracted? Why he is hearing the glories of? He is already liberated. Why he has to? Then he says, Atma Ramascha Munyo Nirgranthi Apyurukrame Kurvanti Aitukim Buddhi Itkam Bhuta Guri. The Hari's gunas are like this, that even it attracts, enchants the mind of Atma Ramas. So higher than this impersonal liberation and Paramatma realization and anything is rendering devotional service unto the lotus feet of Krishna. And main part is, Shotatavya Kirtitavyasya Smartavyam. You hear, you recite, you engage others in hearing and reciting, you chant and you preach. Then Ichchita Abhayam, then Abhay will come. Abhay Charanarvind. When you take the shelter of Abhay Charanarvind, the Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, by hearing his lectures, by reading his books, by remembering his leelas, and who all are going to write Vyasa Puja offering to Prabhupada? Raise your hands. Who all will write Vyasa Puja offering to Prabhupada? Who all? 3 devotees only. Bhargavi Mataji won't write Prabhupada Vyasa Puja offering. Bhargavi Mataji,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
you will write Prabhupada Vyasa Puja offering, right?
Prabhuji, I think they did not understand your question. Hare Krishna.
Oh, okay. I'll make them understand. In every Vyasa Puja, I don't know, you don't know this. In every Vyasa Puja, we write a letter where we express our gratitude. How was I? I didn't know anything. Then you came, then you changed my life to Prabhupada, to his mission. We express gratitude letter. That is Vyasa Puja. Vyasa Puja means appearance day. And on that day, we can't give anything to Acharya. So we express our gratitude. We write a letter. You can write poem, you can write anything to Prabhupada. So you all will write Vyasa Puja offering. I'll send a link to you. How I will send, I don't know. Any one of you can, personally take the link from me and can send in the group. Who all won't write Prabhupada Vyasa Puja? Now raise your hands. Who all won't write, who won't express gratitude on his Vyasa Puja to Prabhupada? I am, my hands are down now. No, Bhargavi Mataji, you don't have to raise the hand now. Who all won't write, will not write. You won't write.
Prabhuji, I am into Hare Krishna movement recently, Prabhuji. I mean, like.
So you are in Hare Krishna movement. There also,
Yeah.
there is one difference only. But they all should also be writing Prabhupada glorification, because as per them, initiating Guru is Prabhupada. So why not they all should also write Vyasa Puja offering. We won't go deep in the, differences between Hare Krishna movement and ISKCON. But Vyasa Puja offering should be there. Yes? Okay. Think. Okay, now let us come upon next text. Why you turn off the cameras, I don't understand. Camera should be. Archana Mataji is, and Sindhu Mataji, Bhargav, you all are very nice. But other participants, I have not seen the faces of many participants. I come, I see their names, but I have not seen their faces. Okay. Now the next shloka. Please read this. Who wants to read? Okay, should I read? Okay, yes.
I think somebody is raising the hands for me.
Yes,
Archana Sunil Kumar Mataji is raising.
Yes, please read, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, pranams Prabhu. Tanna param punyam asamvrudatam आख्यानाम् अत्यल्पुदायोगनिष्ठम् आख्याहि आनन्द चरितोपपन्नम् परीक्षिताम् भागवताभिरामम्.
Mataji, can you continue with the translation also?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thus, please narrate to us the narrations of the unlimited, for they are purifying and supreme. They were spoken to Maharaja Parikshit, and they are very dear to the pure devotees, being full of bhakti yoga. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. Hare Krishna Bhargavi Mataji, can you please read the purport? Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams Prabhuji. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ji ki jai. What was spoken to Maharaja Parikshit and what is very dear to the pure devotees is Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is mainly full of narrations of the activities of the Supreme Unlimited, and therefore it is the science of Bhakti Yoga or the devotional service of the Lord. Thus, it is Para or Supreme because although it is enriched with all knowledge and religion, it is specifically enriched with the devotional service of the Lord. Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, now you see the word to word. Tanna param punyam asambritartham. So, asambrita. Sambrita means something hidden. And asambrita, you describe. You describe that which is not, locking anything. It has opened the spiritual love. So Prabhupada is writing asambrita artham as it is. As it is, like it is. Dharma projita kaitavatra. In Bhagavatam, all cheating religion has been kicked out. And pure love of Brajavasis towards Krishna is Srimad Bhagavatam. That is Srimad Bhagavatam. So, Tanna Param Punyam. It is the supreme Punyam. Yeah. Asambrita Artham. So, you describe it as it is. Akhyanam. That those narrations. Which narrations did Shukadev Goswami describe to Parikshit Maharaj in the last shloka we read? Akhyanam Atyadbhuta Yoga Nishtam. Ati Adbhuta. Ati Adbhuta means transcendentally, wonderful. Adbhuta. So Prabhupada is writing Ati, very Adbhuta, wonderful. Yoga Nishtam. And Yoga Nishtam means Bhagavatam is dealing in, as I told, and I've heard from His Holiness Radhanath Swami Guru Maharaj, it is love of Srimati Radharani and Brajavasis towards Krishna. That is Srimad Bhagavatam. That is right. Tannaha param. Unto us. Therefore, इसलिए आप हमारे लिए हम पर ये कृपा करिए पुण्यम असमृतार्थम. Punyam, it is the param punyam. This is the param punyam. Someone wants to know, okay? So, yoga nishtam akhyahi. Akhyahi, now you should describe those. What is ananta achrita upapannam? Ananta achrita, unlimited glories. Upapannam, parikshitam bhagavata abhiramam. Yeah. So this Bhagavatam, Bhagavata Abhiramam, it is very dear. That Bhagavatam is very dear to the pure devotees of the Lord. Although, see the bhav of the sages over there. Although we are not pure devotees, but this Bhagavatam is very dear to the pure devotees of the Lord. And tannaha param punyam, it is param punyam, akhyanam atyadbhut yoga nishtham. So you describe those glories, narrations of the unlimited, because they are purifying and supreme, and they are very dear to the pure devotees of Lord, so that by hearing them, we can also become pure devotees of Lord, like Parikshit Maharaj attained the lotus feet, which is the worshipable feet of the Garuda. You're understanding and connecting the two shlokas? Say yes or no. Okay, yes. It gets very difficult when devotees are not turning on the cameras. Very, very difficult. Okay. Tannaha param punyam asamritartham akyanam. So you describe everything. Akyanam, akhyahi, you describe antacharito pannam parikshitam, which was spoken to Parikshit, and Bhagavad Abhiramam. Those where Ramam, where Tushyanti cha Ramanti cha, where the Mahabhagavatas, they do Raman, they do take pleasure. You understood the shloka? Raise your hands. Again, I am telling, tannaha parama punyam. Thus, therefore, unto us, param punyam, the supreme, purifying process, asamritartham, as it is, which everything, all cheating religions has been kicked down, and pure devotional services there. Akhyanam, narration. Then adbhuta yoga nishtham, because it is dealing with adbhuta yoga nishtha. And akhyai, now you describe ananta achrita, unlimited activities of upapannam, unlimited activities which were described to Parikshitam, Bhagavata Abhiramam, where the pure devotees and Mahabhagavatas, they do Raman. Yeah. Tushyanti cha Ramanti cha. So thus please narrate to us the narrations of the unlimited, for they are purifying and supreme. They were spoken to Maharaj Parikshit, and they are very dear to the pure devotees, being full of why they are very, very dear? Yoga Nishtam Akhyahi, because they describe the Akhyahi, they describe Yoga Nishtam Bhakti Yoga, about Lord, about his devotees, about the surrender of the pure devotees of the Lord, and about the pastimes of the Lord. So you describe that Bhagavatam, which is very nice word is written, asamritartham. There is nothing hidden in Bhagavatam. Everything, the whole sar of Vedas, love for Godhead, taking shelter of Guru, surrender unto the Lord, and then, entering into the pastimes of Lord. Everything is described. So you describe that Shastra. And now, in the purport, Srimad Bhagavatam is mainly full of narrations of the activities of Supreme Lord, and therefore it is the science of Bhakti Yoga, or the devotional service. So Prabhupada is saying that this is the science of Bhakti Yoga, devotional service. Anyone who reads Srimad Bhagavatam, they get to know, and they study, and they hear, and then they repeat, and then they make others repeat Bhagavatam. You know the cycle of Bhagavatam I'm making over here. First you hear and study. Under Srila Prabhupada and his moons, under Guru, under Vaishnavas, those who have this attraction towards Bhagavatam, you hear, study, and then you repeat Bhagavatam. Whatever you have heard, whatever you have studied, you started repeating it. Then what you do, you make others read here, and then you make others repeat Bhagavatam. Then the mercy of Bhagavatam will flow to you. It whole circle of Bhagavatam. So thus it is para or supreme, because although it is enriched with all knowledge and religion, it is specifically enriched. Prabhupada is saying it is specific. Dharma projita kaitavatra. It will tell you things, but mainly it is related to Krishna and Krishna's bhakti. That is especially enriched with the devotional service of the Lord. That is, it is spotless, topmost scripture. Okay, now the last shloka, and we will cover it by 9. No worries in that. We are doing good. Who wants to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
I'll read.
The divine voice. Okay. Sindhu Mataji will read, then Kusum Lata Mataji will read, then Krishnamurti Prabhu will also read. Yes, Sindhu Mataji, you start.
Hare Krishna, pranams. Text 18. Shrutavacha aho vayam janma vritodhyah sma vriddhanuvrityapi viloma jatah taushkulyam adim vidunoti shigram mahattamanam abhidhana yogah.
Hare Krishna, Kushumlata Mataji,
Thank
will
you,
you
Hare
also recite the shloka? Hare Krishna Mataji.
Say Mataji. As you say, Mataji. To
Mataji,
recite.
Yeah. Please recite the shloka again. That is what Prabhu said. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams.
Mataji, first you tell me one thing. Are you wearing kanti now?
No, Prabhuji, I didn't go to temple. And
No,
here
you
I'm
should
not
go to
having.
temple or you should ask Mataji to provide kanti. Now, next time, whatever it takes to wear kanti, you have to do it. Okay, Mataji?
Yeah. Next
No
time I
force,
will go.
but with love only you wear that. Now I belong to Krishna with that love, with no force, because that force it won't remain very nicely for many days or many months or years. So you wear kanti with love that I belong to Krishna. With that
Yes,
love,
Prabhuji. I wanted if I leave onion, I'm still having sometimes. So
yeah,
I feel like I should leave it first and then
yeah.
wear it.
No,
That
if
is the
you
reason.
wear it, then by mercy of Tulsi Maharani, you will leave it, surely. Yes. So wear
Okay.
one round and then you will follow the rules and regulation and chant your 16 rounds. You'll do wonderful. And hear Prabhupada lecture. Yes, Mataji, now you listen.
Thank you, Prabhuji. सूत उवाच अहो वयं जन्मभृतो अद्य हासं वृद्धानुवृत्त्यापि विलोम जाताः दौष्कुल्यमादिं विधुनोति शीघ्रं महत्तमानाभिधानयोगः.
Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna.
Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. Krishnamurti Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji can read the translation.
Also.
Oh, Mataji, it will scroll, Mataji.
Yeah. So are you not reciting, Prabhuji? Okay.
I am ready to recite. Shall I?
No, Prabhuji, just read the translation because purport is longer and then we have to discuss it also. So you read the translation now.
Okay, thank you. Translation by A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Shruta Goswami said, "O God, although we are born in a mixed caste, we are still promoted in birthright simply by serving and following the great who are advanced in knowledge. Even by conversing with such great souls, one can without delay cleanse oneself of all disqualifications resulting from lower birth." Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Sindhu Mataji, read the sorry, Archana Mataji, you were saying something. I'm really sorry.
No, I'm just asking who is interested to read. Ambika Mataji. I'm just asking them, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Anybody would like to read the purport?
Hare Krishna Mataji, I'll read.
Yes, Mataji. Ambika Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Suta Goswami did not take his birth in a Brahmana family. He was born of mixed caste or an uncultured low family. But because of higher association like Sukadeva Goswami and the great rishis of Naimisharanya, certainly the disqualification of inferior birth was washed off. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu followed this principle in pursuance of the Vedic usages, and by his transcendental association, he elevated many low-born or those disqualified by birth or action to the status of devotional service and established them in the position of acharyas or authorities. He clearly stated that any man, whatever he may be, whether a Brahmana or Shudra by birth, or a householder or mendicant in the order of society, if he is conversant with the science of Krishna, he can be accepted as an acharya or guru, or spiritual master. Suta Goswami learned the science of Krishna from great rishis and authorities like Shukadeva and Vyasadeva, and he was so qualified that even the sages of Naimisharanya eagerly waited to hear from him the science of Krishna in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. So he had the double association of great souls by hearing and preaching transcendental science or the science of Krishna. Has to be learned from the authorities, and when one preaches the science, he becomes still more qualified. So Suta Goswami had both the advantages, and thus undoubtedly he was completely freed from all disqualifications of low birth and mental agonies. This verse definitely proves that Srila Sukadeva Goswami did not refuse to teach Suta Goswami about transcendental science, nor did the sages of Naimisharanya refused to hear lessons from him because of his inferior birth. This means that thousands of years ago, there was no bar to learning or preaching the transcendental science because of inferior birth. The rigidity of the so-called caste system in Hindu society became prominent within only 100 years or so, when the number of Dvijabandhus or disqualified men in the families of higher castes increased. Lord Sri Chaitanya received the original Vedic system and he elevated Thakur Haridas to the position of Namacharya, or the authority in preaching the glories of the holy names of the Lord. Although His Holiness Srila Haridas Thakura was pleased to appear in the family of Mohammedans. Such is the power of pure devotees of the Lord. The Ganges water is accepted as pure, and one can become purified after taking a bath in the waters of the Ganges. But as far as the great devotees of the Lord are concerned, they can purify a degraded soul even by being seen by the lowborn. And what to speak of association? Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to purify the whole atmosphere of the polluted world by sending qualified preachers all over the world. And it remains with the Indians to take up this task scientifically and thus do the best kind of humanitarian work. The mental diseases of the present generation are more acute than bodily diseases. It is quite fit and proper to take up the preaching of Srimad Bhagavatam all over the world without delay. Mahattamam Abhinandana also means the dictionary of Mahatmanam Abhinandana also means a dictionary of great devotees or a book full of words of great devotees. Such a dictionary of the word of great devotees and those of the Lord are in the Vedas and allied literatures, specifically the Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Everyone come upon this text number 13. Text number 13 of this very chapter. Okay, now see. Tulyam levanapi na swargam na punarbhavam bhagavat sangi sangasya martya nam kim utashisha. So tulyama lavena api na swargam. It can never be the value of lavena api. Lava means lava matra. It cannot be tulyama na swargam na punarbhavam. Na punarbhavam means moksha. You will never be coming to this material world. Bhagavat sangi sangasya, with whom it cannot be compared. Going to Swarga, higher planetary system, or to the Brahma Jyoti or anything. It is Bhagavat sangi sangasya. It is the movement association with the Mahabhagavatas, who are always who are always Santa Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti, who are always, thinking of Shyam Sundar, meditating upon him, hearing about him, and describing about him. Martya Nam Kim Utashisha. And Martya Nam, those who are meant for death, Kim, what there we speak of Ashisha, worldly benediction. So the value of moments association with the devotee of the Lord cannot be even compared with the heavenly planet, liberation, and what to speak of Martyanam, with the one who is going to die, Kim Utashishaha, worldly benediction. So that is the power of the association of devotee. That is the power of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from Prabhupada and his moons. Now there is one shloka in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, text number 16. How we can, also develop this taste in hearing and chanting and remembering Lord and developing this eyes pointed with devotion. Yes. So that is Shushusho Shatadhanasya. Yes. Vasudeva Katha Mahat Sevaya Vipra Punya Tirtha Nishevanat. That shloka is Shushusho, one who is engaged in hearing Shatadhanasya with care and attention. Yes. With deep faith. Vasudeva, whom we should hear about any demigod or anything. No, we should hear only about the son of Vasudeva. Syan Mahat Sevaya. It is only so Vasudeva Katha Ruchi. That Ruchi in Katha of Vasudeva can only come when Syan Mahat Sevaya Vipraha is made possible. Syan, it is made possible. Mahat Sevaya, when you render services upon the great devotees of the Lord. When you render some service for this mission and for all the Vaishnavas without discrimination and then Punya Tirtha, and then what will happen? Those who are cleansed of and Nishevana by service. By service, if you are cleansed with all this anarthas and things, otherwise the taste won't come. Then shama evahi kevalam. Na to padyet yatim rati, yadi ratim. If you have not utpatti, if you have not, what is the word for that English word? If you have not, what is the word? Developed the taste for hearing Krishna Katha, Shama Evai Kevala. Everything is Shama. So we should have this deep taste in Shravanam. And then we should have this deep taste in chanting and then describing, then always. Yam Shama Sundara. So that is the thing. So here, this is a very wonderful shloka. We'll go for 5 minutes more, 5-10 minutes more, then you can recite your shlokas and everything that you hear very carefully. Now, after glorifying Suta Goswami and glorifying Hari Katha and showing their anxious nature to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, and that same Srimad Bhagavatam version of Shukadev Goswami told to Parikshit Maharaj. Understood? Now Suta Goswami is becoming so humble, and he's giving all the glories to the acharyas, and he's telling, "Aho vayam, how this can be happened? Janma bhrito vayam, aho vayam, hum log janma bhrita, promoted in birth." If someone is born in the lower family, it is not like he cannot become a brahmana, he cannot become a devotee, because higher than a brahmana is a devotee, a Vaishnava. What to say of a Vaishnava in Prabhupada's mission? They are Gaudiyas, mood of separation, assisting the servants of Radharani. Radhika can be, is the name which is said by Krishna for Srimati Radharani. So this, see, now come here. So, Janma Bhrita, promoted in birth. Adya, today I am getting this. How it is possible that someone born in lower birth can be delivered to Vritta Anuvrittaya. How? Have become, kaise ban gaye? Vritta Anuvrittaya. This is the key. This is the key to unlock everything. Now in Kali Yuga, Kalav Shudra Sambhava, everyone is filled with anarthas. Especially you all are great, but I am filled with anarthas. Why? And Kali Yuga is about hypocrisy and envy and pride and lust and greed and anger. So here, what is the goal? Vriddha anuvrittayapi vilomajataha. Vriddha anuvrittaya. By serving the advanced devotees, by serving Vaishnavas. Now I'm getting today even the lower, even someone is the Janma Bhrito, that Janma dosha, and this is here, Vilomajata, born in mixed caste, Dosh Kulyam, the Dushkulyam, Kuladosh, born in lower family and everything. These doshas, Adim, suffering, and Vidhonoti, it is purified. Turan, Vidhonoti Surit Satam, just like Bhagavatam purified. So this Seva purifies one Shigram. Shigram with all these doshas, that one cannot say Bhagavatam, he is low born, he has no right to render service to Krishna, he can't chant the holy name. No, not like this. Mahatma Nam Abhidhana Yoga. Even Abhidhan, if someone has a conversation with a Mahatma, he asks some question, he asks about some tad vidhi pranipratena pariprashnena sevaya. If he surrenders and knows something about the Leela, about the Tattva of Krishna, Abhidhana Yoga, then he gets. So, oh God, although we are born in mixed caste, see, now he is, describing the glories. Although we are born in mixed caste, we are still promoted in birthright simply by serving and following the great who are advanced in knowledge. So especially Suta Goswami Prabhupada is mentioning about himself. And then glorifying the service of Mahatmas. That although I can't speak Bhagavatam is endless and everything, still I have heard from Shukadev Goswami and I have associated with Mahatmas. So today I am getting to know that all those, the things which are becoming impediment are not the impediments, because you all are anxious to hear from me. So he's giving the credit. He's not saying I am a great, yes, I can describe. He's saying low born. But still, you're asking, Dushkulyam Adim Vidhonoti Shigram, Turant. Instantly, all the things will go. By serving, by simply serving and following the great who are advanced in knowledge. Even by conversing, see Prabhupada said, Mahatmanam Abhidhan Yoga. With such great soul, one can without delay cleanse oneself of all disqualification resulting from lower birth. So there are disqualification in lower births. That is what, there is a wonderful payar in Chaitanya Charitamrita, I should tell you. Sanatan Goswami is telling that payar because he has served that, king who is low born, so he's telling this shloka. The Kupe, what is that shloka? Just wait a second. It's wonderful. I personally love that shloka. Ku Vishaya Kupe Padi. I'm forgetting that shloka, but I remember it is there. नीच जाति नीच संगी पतित अधम कुविषय कुपे पड़ी गुणाइनु जन्म. So here he's telling that who is actually low born. It's not because of caste. Neech jati, neech sangi patita dhamma. I am neech jati, neech sangi, because I have served those kings who are malechas. Patita dham. I am lowest of the all fallen people. And this is told by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Pad in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Jagai madhai haite muhi se papishta, parishe rakita haite muhi se lagishta. That I am lower than this insect in the stool. I am lower than Jagai Madhai. That is the bhav of Vaishnava. Sutta Goswami is telling, although there are so many impurities and everything low born, but still by serving great Mahajanas, Acharyas, all those things get cleansed. That is why I am suitable. If you want to hear, it is because of them. Although there are so many impurities because of the birth and everything, lower birth. You're connecting the dots, able to connect it? Raise your hands. Okay. Kuvishaya kupe padi gunainu janma. Kuvishaya kupe padi. Kupe means well. I am not talking about Krishna. I am not describing Krishna. And Kuvishaya, I am engaged in material world. So gunainu janma. I am wasting my human life. That is the mood of Acharyas. Here Sutta Goswami is telling, oh God, although we are born in mixed up, we are still promoted in birthright simply. Aho vayam jana brito adya hasma. Today I am saying this, I am understanding this. Although we, vayam, janma brita, promoted in birth, vridha anuvrittaya, by serving who are advanced. You're getting this? So today I am telling you, I am getting this. Some things we read in scriptures, but some things we realize. So Sutta Goswami is actually, he knows everything, but this shloka is saying out of realization that you are eager to hear from me. It is not my glory, because I have heard from them. I have conversed. I have asked questions. That is why I am able to repeat. Yes. So here it is said, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu followed this principle. So we are not after this, birth thing and everything like the Prabhupada is saying. This means that thousands of years ago, there was no bar to learning or preaching the transcendental science because of inferior birth. There was no bar. In rendering devotional service, Prabhupada is saying, the rigidity of so-called caste system in Hindu society became prominent within only 100 years. Ye sirf 100 saal ke darmiyan. Only within 100 years, all these things are coming. Kali Yuga is becoming powerful because we are discriminating. You can't do this, you can. And Prabhupada, from his God brothers and everyone, not specially from God brothers, we are no one to criticize or anything, but especially from Jati Brahmanas, that how you are giving double initiation, how women are becoming pujaris and everything. Prabhupada is, fed up of this rigidity in Hindu caste system. Prabhupada wants everyone to become devotees of Krishna. And that's what Krishna says. Jepishu yantim param gatim. What is that shloka? Striya Vaishya tatha Shudra in 9th chapter. Krishna is giving right to everyone. Then who are these caste brahmanas to stop anyone to render devotional service unto Krishna? So here it is told that Lord Chaitanya followed this principle, and by his transcendental association. And if one associates with Lord, because Lord is all great, he's great, he's Vibhu. So if someone comes in contact with his form, with his name, with his pastime, with his vigraha, with his devotees, with Bhagavatam, or with his katha, then he becomes purified, no matter where he was born in. The position of acharyas or authorities. So they were delivered to the position of acharyas and authorities. So like Haridas Thakur was born in the lower family, but just by coming in contact of Mahaprabhu chanting the holy names, he became an acharya. So that is the thing. So this science of Krishna belongs to everyone. That is why Prabhupada gave it to everyone. Transcendental science or science of Krishna has to be learned from the authorities. But how it should be learned? Not on your own. We should surrender to Guru. We should surrender to Vaishnavas. And then on the basis of Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, we should chant, we should hear, we should always try to read, hear, chant, and make others do it. We should assist Prabhupada in his preaching mission. This verse definitely proves that Srila Shukadev Goswami did not refuse. Shukadev Goswami did not refuse. It is the right. Guru never disapproves another one to become, Guru or something. He becomes happy if someone, by his mercy, is able to repeat the message, is able to preach, then he should take upon the service. So Shukadev Goswami never denied. Prabhupada is telling by this shloka, it was never denied. Suta Goswami is all eligible to host this Bhagavatam session amongst the Naimisharanya sages. So then there is the Ganges thing. So Gangare para, what is that shloka? Darshane pavitra karo ei tumhara gun. Gangara parasha hoite pasyate pavana. Darshane pavitra karo ei tumhara guna. That after going many times and taking dip, someone can be cleansed. But just by taking darshans of a sadhu, a Mahabhagavat, like Prabhupada and his moons and wonderful Vaishnavas, one can become perfect. But as far as great devotees of Lord are concerned, they can purify a degraded soul even by seeing by the low born. Yes? Cheek. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to purify the whole atmosphere of polluted world by sending qualified preachers. So he has sent Prabhupada. Yadi papi chhade dharma dure deshe yaya mora senapati bhakti yai beta. So this pollution of caste system, they're not allowing everyone. Then there are so many systems of dharma, they are polluting it, they're speculating it. Then Mahaprabhu is sending preachers. He has not stopped. He has come, so he will stop. No, he is sending. So in ISKCON 10,000 years, Prabhupada said that Paramhansas will come. That is why this movement will survive. In ISKCON till next 10,000 years, it won't be like, I am the last Acharya or I am last Paramhansa. I am eligible to make others Paramhansa. That is the quality of Acharya. He can initiate and he can make follow others and he can initiate one into Mahabharata. That is the potency of Mahabharata. So polluted world by sending qualified preachers all over, and it remains with the Indians to take up this sign. And it is the duty of us, Indians, not to run in the Western world. But if we are running over there, then we should run to preach, not for any other purpose. It is the duty of Indians. Bharat Bhumita Janma Hoilo ya Janma Sarthak Karikar. First, we have to become Prabhupada Nishta and we have to realize the signs of Krishna and then we have to preach it. Okay, I am done with today. If anyone has any comment or question, they can ask. Otherwise, you all recite the shlokas because it is already the time. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Bhakti Vedanta purports ki jai, aap sabhi ki jai, 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 jai. Aur
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, thank you so much. I'm asking if anybody is having any doubt. Hare Krishna, do anybody have any doubt or do you want to share any suggestion or comment? Hare Krishna. Else, shall we move on to the sloka recitation? Hare Krishna, am I audible? Hare Krishna, Mataji and Prabhuji, am I audible?
Yes, Mataji, you are audible.
Yes, Mataji, you are audible, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. So, who is ready to recite text 1, 2, and 3? Hare Krishna. First.
Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yeah, I can see the hands raised. Yes, Mataji, you can recite.
Janmadhyasya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadhyasya Yatonvayaditarata Chatveshvabhijnaswarat Tene Brahmaradaya Adikavaye Muhyanti Yasurayah तेजो वारि मृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा दाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि धर्मा प्रोजितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सरा मां सताम् वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनम् श्रीमद् भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरः सद्योरद्यवरुध्यतेऽत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिस्तत्क्षणात् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरवो रसिका भुवि भावुकः. Hare Krishna,
Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat Mataji. Hare Krishna Kushumlata Mataji, can you begin with the 18th shloka of Kunti Maharani's prayers? I am just scrolling, Mataji, just a minute. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yes, Kunti Vacha Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams.
Dandavat Pranams Mataji.
Kunti Vacha Namaste Purusham Tvadyam Ishwaram Prakrate Param Alakshyam Sarvabhutanam Antarbahir Avasthitam. Second
Mataji,
one.
yes, 19th also. Yes, ma'am.
Maya Javnikakshanam Agyadokshaj Avyaya न लक्ष्य से मूढ़ दृशा नटो नाट्य धरो यथा.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat Pranams. Hare Krishna Krishnamurti Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranams Prabhuji.
तथा परमहंसानां मुनीनाम् अमलात्मनां भक्तियोगविधानार्थं कथं पश्यामि हि स्त्रियः कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranams Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Sindhu Mataji.
Hari Bol. Pranams Mataji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Text 22. Namah Pankajanaಭಾಯ Namah Pankajamaline Namah Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajanggraye. Text 23. Yata Hrishikesha Kalena Devaki Kamsena Ruddhati Chiram Sucharpita Vimochitaham Chasahatmaja Vibho Tvayaivanatena Muhurvipadganat.
Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat Pranams. Hare Krishna Navakishori Mataji. Dandavat Pranams Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Vishan Mahagneha Purushad Darshana Dasa Sabhaya Vanvasa Kuchatra Taha Mrude Neka Maharata Satto Dronya Satatra Chasma Haribira Shitaha विपदः सन्तुताः शश्वतत्र तत्र जगद्गुरो भवतो दर्शनं यस्याद पुनर्भव दर्शनम्. हरे कृष्ण माताजी. धन्यवाद प्रणाम. थैंक यू. हरे
Mataji. Hare Krishna Archana Sunil Kumar Mataji.
Hare Krishna Pranams Mataji.
Pranams Mataji.
जन्मैश्वर्यस्य दृष्टिर्भेदनानामदातुमान् नैवार्हते अपि दातुं वै वामकिञ्चन गोचरम् नमो किञ्चन वित्ताय निवृत्ता गुणवृत्तये आत्मा रामाय शान्ताय कैवल्यापदये नमः. हरे
Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat Pranams Mataji. Hare Krishna Bhargavi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Manye tvam kalam ishanam anadi nidhanam vibhum samam charantam sarvatra bhutanam yanmitah kalhi na veda kaschit bhagavamsti kirchitam tavehamanasya nranam vidambamanam na yasya kaschit dayitosti karhichit द्वेष्यश्च यस्मिन् विषमा मतिर्नृणाम्.
Yes, me.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you. Dhanashri Mataji, last shloka for today.
Yes, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. Text 30. जन्म कर्म च विस्मात्मन् यस्याकर्तुरात्मनः तिर्यङ्गन् ऋषिषु यादसु तदत्यन्त विडम्बनम्. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat Pranams Mataji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Mataji, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danvat Pranams.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Archana Mataji, for your wonderful services. So the backbone of this group, we are taking everyone along, sharing screens and everything, doing it daily. It takes efforts. I don't know how devotees are recognizing it and they are grateful towards you, but I can understand coming daily, sharing screen. You may be sometimes you may not be at home and everything. So you're doing great service for Srila Prabhupada by making others read and hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you so much, Mataji. Great. Everyone should be very
Thank you
grateful.
so much, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Actually, there is some connection issue in my system. So I will end the meeting, Prabhuji. I cannot, that whole system is actually having some problem. I couldn't stop the share. So you can leave, Prabhuji. I will stop.
You leave the meeting, Mataji, and the meeting, then everything will be okay. Yes?
Okay, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
Mataji.